Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to our CashTelex presentation. We truly appreciate your efforts for taking the time to attend this session. My name is Mariam Abdurrahman, and I'll be your host tonight. Our presenter tonight is someone very special. She is one of our committed members of the CashTelex team in Uganda. She is a travel consultant as well as an investor in CashTelex, and she is very passionate about presenting CashTelex to our African community. Please join me as we welcome our presenter, who's none other than Hamna Mwenda.
Thank you very much, Mariam, for that beautiful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, on platform today with us is Mariam, my host. He is one of CashTelex's core members who is devoted in giving her time, her presence, her energy into CashTelex. Thank you very much, Mariam, for that beautiful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome. I am your presenter, Hamna Mwenda. I am humbled to share the stage with my host, Mariam. Mariam, thank you very much for that powerful introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, Mariam is a very devoted CashTelex investor who is also part of the core team of CashTelex. She is very, very passionate about CashTelex. I would like to take this opportunity to avail what I carry with me tonight. Evolution of money. On screen is an interface showing you the evolution of money. They are trying to tell you that originally we used to have a cow. So you would exchange a cow for something that you wanted. Take, for instance, you had your neighbor who was trying to acquire a piece of land. So you would exchange a piece of land for some cows. It could be one cow or two cows. What I'm trying to bring to light is there was a form of exchange. So it slowly evolved from a cow to gold, to metal coins, to paper money, to plastic money, to electronic money, then to cryptocurrencies. Ladies and gentlemen, that is change. That is change. What I'm trying to bring to light is everything that you see had a beginning and a progress. So did money. Money had a beginning and a progress. We can see that from stage one, we started with a cow. And from from the last stage, we have cryptocurrency. Yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, on screen, you are seeing Payway, you are seeing MTN Mobile Money, you are seeing M-Pesa, you are seeing Jumia, you are seeing SafeBorder, you are seeing Sophia the Robot, and you are seeing CashTelex. What do all these have in common? All these operate on mobile phone. All these operate whether you know the owners or you don't know the owners. All these operate and transactions are made, services are delivered, payments are made. You have never met the owners of these particular systems that you see on screen, but they operate, they're in existence. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I am humbled to avail to you CashTelex. What is CashTelex? CashTelex is a Pan-African company. Pan-African means it has Africa's interests at heart. It's a Pan-African company which has broke down its shares so that you and me and those that you have invited tonight are able to acquire shares through CashTelex. And why is it doing that? It's doing that so that you and me can get to change our lifestyles, the way we are living. And how is it doing that? CashTelex is here to let you know that you can buy CashTelex as low as currency states. And why are you buying CashTelex? They are giving you the chance to change your lifestyle. How? If you buy CashTelex, there are going to be some benefits that you'll get to experience, as I will be sharing in my next slides. In 3 to 5 years from now, CashTelex has a dream of empowering as many African households as possible. Why is CashTelex empowering as many African households as possible? CashTelex as a company, given it has Africa's interests at heart, it wants you and me and other people that you have at heart to be able to afford food, clothing, accommodation, and health services. When you look at Africa from backwards to present, African countries, African natives have been struggling. When I talk about health, health has always been a challenging topic when it comes to the African community. Why is that? Because they have difficulty in being able to provide for themselves. So CashTelex is here to let you know that it is putting its shares out there for sale so that it has a mission of empowering you and me as African natives to acquire shares with hope that these shares will lead you to a better future, inshallah. So ladies and gentlemen, why should you own CashTelex? Why should you and I own shares in CashTelex? For starters, we are looking at that daily passive income. CashTelex has a dream for you to earn at most, ladies and gentlemen, it can even go further, $10 per day. Just take scenario that is around 36,000 in the Ugandan shillings. Just take a possibility that each and every African household has the ability to have a daily passive income of $10. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be life-changing. Because if you look into some African communities, they are struggling with just merely putting food on the table. So take best case scenario that a household is able to at least bring in $10 per head in the family. I'm talking about the mom, I'm talking about the dad, and I'm talking about their kids. Worst case scenario, it could be 2 kids, it could be 3 kids. So take possibility that the mom is bringing in $10, the father is bringing in $10, their 3 kids are bringing in $10. That would be a life-changing scenario and opportunity. That should be more reason as to why you and I should buy more CashTelex and also encourage our loved ones to bring in their money and buy more CashTelex shares. Then the next reason is financial security and freedom to your money. I always like to refer to lively examples. As my dear host presented me, I'm a travel consultant by passion, and I'm also a CashTelex investor by passion. I'm a passionate person when it comes to business. So I'm always passionate about learning. So when this term resonated to me, I just knew I had to share with my people. I usually conduct my transactions in US dollars because that's the general currency. If I start quoting a person a ticket in Uganda shillings, the money seems to be so much. So I use USD so that we keep to the same leveling and same understanding. So a client of mine was supposed to have a round ticket, which means that's a departure and return ticket. That's Entebbe, Heathrow, Entebbe. He was supposed to have a return ticket, and his ticket was ranging around $600. $600. And if you change $600, Mariam, am I still audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Mariam? Okay, thank you very much. If you change $600 to Uganda shillings, that's around 2.2. That's around 2.2 million. So he was supposed to go to the bank to withdraw that money and bring it to me. But the money is his. He went to the bank to withdraw the money. He was in the bank as early as possible so that he doesn't get to be in queue for so long. So he went to the bank. He was in my office around 9. So I had to call to follow up because it was almost approaching to 11 and I wasn't seeing him. And I'm like, yes, you left office and you told me you're going to be bringing back the money. Are you still coming? He was like, yeah, I'm still coming. You know, I came to the bank to get my money, but they're telling me I have to first see the manager. I have to wait for the manager to see the supervisor. The money is his. It is his bank account. It is his money he deposited, but there is no freedom to it. So he has to observe protocol before he has to access his money, you know? Then successfully enough, he got his money. So on his way back to my office, so he was like, oh my God, he had to look over his shoulders. Won't they take the money? So CashTelex is here to cope with that. How is CashTelex coping with that? They are telling you that there is going to be security, financial security and freedom on your money. You will be able to access your money from anywhere in the world, and you will not have to worry how much a person thinks you have. It will be only you who knows that I have this particular amount of money in my account, in my exchange, and I will have freedom to access it from anywhere in the world, which means you'll have freedom to your money. On to the next, we are looking at CashTelex as our 401k retirement plan. This should be more reason as to why you invest in CashTelex. For those who work in the public sector, which I like to call the government sector, like, what is your plan? What is your plan after you have worked your 9 to 5, you have received your paycheck, you're clocking at 60, you're no longer as strong as you used to be. You're going to have your superiors tell you, you know what, Hamna, I think you have how is it called? You have burned out a lot, and it's high time that you take the seat and we bring on to another person to take your role. What is your plan after you have burnt your 9 to 5? Do you have a plan B? It's high time you invest in CashTelex. Loans without interest. CashTelex is going to be having an ecosystem. An ecosystem will enable it to give out loans without interest. I know some are wondering, so how exactly will it be making money, giving out loans without interest? I will be elaborating more of that in my next slide, ladies and gentlemen. So other than that, CashTelex will also be having medical insurance packages for those who will be lucky enough to have CashTelex holdings into their accounts. More reason as to why you should hold CashTelex. Take a scenario that you as a person are healthy, but your parents are not as healthy as you are. Looking at the lives that we are leading of recent, there are a lot of diseases. We are talking about diabetes, we are talking about hypertension, we are talking about cardiac diseases, those are heart diseases, we are talking about those diseases that you don't have control about. But as I like to say, prevention is better than cure. How are you preventing? You are bracing yourself with CashTelex. When you have that CashTelex, how will it help you? If your relative, your loved one, a person you hold dear to your heart is sick and they're not able to foot the hospital bills, they will count you as the mugaga of the family, the rich person of the family. They will say, okay, it's a sad scenario, but we can always go to Hamna. She's better than us. She will help us. We shall use her insurance. So if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for the people that you love. Be their hope. Buy CashTelex so that when the worst comes to the worst, you are sorted and you get to cover your family. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also looking at accessibility of your money from anywhere in the world at any time. This I highlighted in my Freedom for Your Money, that you are able to access your money from anywhere in the world. Take, for instance, there's a colleague of mine. She had a friend of hers. The friend was coming from Jeddah. Jeddah, that's in the Middle East. She was supposed to be departing Jeddah with some US dollars. Apparently, she was refused to board. She was refused to board because the money she had was too much than what is stated. Because for some different countries, different regulations. So they may tell you that when you're departing Egypt, you're supposed to have this particular amount of money. You go above it, you're stopped. Like, where are you taking the money? What's your source of income? So CashTelex is here to let you know. You will have accessibility to your money from anywhere in the world at any time. Nobody will be able to tell you, you know what, you have a lot of money, I think you shouldn't leave the country with it. No, because nobody will know how much you have in your account. It will be you and your account that knows how much you have. more reason as to why you should buy CashTelex, because most people accept confidentiality and privacy. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I gave you reasons as to why you should buy CashTelex. And I'm trying to elaborate on screen how all of that I said will be possible. How will all that be possible? How will you be able to get those loans without interest? CashTelex is a cryptocurrency which is backed by assets. An asset is something that brings you money. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. So CashTelex has assets, things that will be bringing back money into its operations. We have the CashTelex ecosystem, which I like to call CashTelex's backbone. For starters, we have the CashTelex exchange. The CashTelex exchange is where transactions, the sellings and the buyings will take place. For those who are in these markets, we have seen cryptospaces, the Binances, whereby you are able to buy currencies of other sorts. We are talking about the USDT, we are talking about the Dogecoin, we are talking about other currencies, but in this case, we are highlighting CashTelex. CashTelex is the first of its kind to have an ecosystem which operates both fiat and local currency. What is fiat? Fiat is your local money. I'm talking about Nigerian shillings. I'm talking about Kenyan shillings. I'm talking about Ugandan shillings. There are ecosystems out there, there are exchanges out there, but they don't get to operate in local currencies. They usually just operate cryptos. CashTelex is the first of its kind to have an exchange which operates both cryptos and local currencies. That should be more reason for you to invest. Then the other thing is we have the CashTelex cities, the CashTelex real estate. CashTelex is not standing on its own. If we look at ways that money has got to survive in families, I'm talking about generational wealth. You look at real estate, that particularly my father owned a real estate in Changia, so he's passed on, he gets to pass the estate to me. So it is a safe way of keeping your money. I want you to look at people who are trying to save their money, who are trying to keep their money for the future. They always find ways to invest it in a commodity that won't lose value. So what most of them do, they purchase a piece of land, however far it may be. They know they have that assurance that, you know what, I'm going to store my 200 million in this piece of land. Who knows? As time goes down the road, the area may develop. For a property that I bought at 200 million, I can even get 500 million. So CashTelex is here to let you know that it is storing its value in its real estate. We shall have the CashTelex cities as it will be elaborated more in the future, inshallah. Talking about money remittances, you will be able to exchange money. I'm talking about exchanging the euros for the USDs. During that transaction, there will be a transaction fee. During that transaction, there will be a transaction fee. That transaction fee will be put back in the CashTelex ecosystem so that it runs operations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the e-commerce platform, which is both on the iStores and also on the Play Stores. That is our shopping app. Just as you have seen the Amazon, you have seen the AliExpress, you have seen the Alibabas, CashTelex has a shopping platform of its own. So you are able to get your money and you purchase a product from Amazon, from AliExpress. I personally like to canvas through AliExpress. If I see something nice, I buy, irrespective of the fact whether I know the person who even created AliExpress, irrespective of whether my product will get here, which it always does, by the way. So that should be more reason as to why you should buy shares in CashTelex. They are telling you that they are going to have a backbone, and in its backbone, it's going to be an e-commerce platform whereby a person will be able to open up a shopping app, and then they will be able to choose a product of their liking. I'm talking about gadgets. I'm talking about clothing. I'm talking about kitchenware. I'm talking about a lot of products. So we shall have CashTelex gold outlets, whereby you will find that on that new arena, who knows what the future holds. You will be able to walk into a gold shop and you said, you know what, I want to own a piece of gold. Kindly put that to my card. This should be no reason as to why you should buy
Miss
CashTelex.
Casimiri, could you please mute your mic? Adro, could you please mute your mic?
Pardon about that. This should be more reason as to why you should buy more CashTelex. I would like to elaborate more on the gold store outlets. Just imagine I, Hamna, took the initiative and purchased shares in the gold outlets. This purchase that I have made will be a lifetime purchase. How? If worst case scenario, I die, Allah has said it's my time up and I die, I will be able to pass down those shares to my loved ones, to my next of kin, which means like this is generational wealth. It's passing on from me to the next person who will pass it to the next person. Gold has always been, how should I term it? Gold has always been a form to store value of money in. How? Diamonds last forever, but gold is always something that will hold value, irrespective of the time. I'm talking about centuries, eras, what gold will always have value. So CashTelex is here to let you know that it will have CashTelex gold outlets, whereby you will be able to walk into our outlet and purchase a piece of gold. More reason to why you should buy more shares of CashTelex. We also have the CashTelex mobile wallet, which is already in existence for those on the Android phones. You can access it. And trading options, this can be found in our CashTelex exchange, whereby you will be able to trade different markets. I'm talking about CashTelex BTC, inshallah, CashTelex UGX, CashTelex Kenyan shillings, CashTelex Nigerian shillings. These are trading options. So this should be more reason as to why you buy CashTelex.
Pardon my
So this
intrusion.
is a this is the interface of what our exchange looks like, where the transactions take place. So right now it was in the CashTelex BTC market. Yeah, it's showing you that you can buy and sell. I highly suggest that you check it out. For those who have not taken time to check out our exchange, you can always check out our exchange and get to educate yourself more about our exchange. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have the CashTelex Go interface. I would like to excite you that best case scenario, operations will be starting, and for those, pardon me, if operations start, for those who hold CashTelex in your account, you will be able to purchase products with a discount of 40%. We all love discounts. Everybody loves discounts. You go to the shop, they tell you the product is $30. Can't I get a discount? Like, you know, everybody loves discounts. I personally like discounts. So take best case scenario. I'm canvassing through my CashTelex Go app, and I find a product is at something like $500, and I have my CashTelex in my account. And I'm like, they're saying if you have a CashTelex in your account and you're paying by a CashTelex, you're getting 40% discount. That would be exciting. I wouldn't like to miss out on that. So ladies and gentlemen, in gathering with me tonight, today, or in the morning, wherever you're listening in from, this is a conservative projection of CashTelex. Conservative means that the least projection, you know? So best case scenario, in year one, you hold an amount of 100 CashTelex in your exchange, and just a single CashTelex, one CashTelex is at a value of $5. That would mean you hold 500 worth of USD CashTelex in your account. If you translate that at a minimal exchange rate of 3,700 Uganda shillings, you would be holding 1.8 million CashTelex in your account. That would be nice. Not even nice, it would be great. So we are looking at year 5. You hold 12,000 CashTelex in your account, and just a single CashTelex, one CashTelex is at $30. You would be holding $360 worth of CashTelex in USD in your account. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, how many zeros are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and other digits. That would be a billion point some digits of CashTelex in UGX worth. What they're trying to tell you here is that there will be growth of value of shares. I would like to elaborate on that. Take for instance, I like to use this example because it's very, very relatable. Take for instance, you are buying a piece of land. You are buying a piece of land in an area that is not developed. There are no roads to that piece of land that you have bought. It's forest trees everywhere you're looking. There are no buildings, but you took the courage. You took the initiative and you said, you know what? I need to have a piece of land. But you tried buying a piece of land around your urban centers, and it's expensive. So you went to the rural centers, deep down there where there are no roads, there is no water, there is no electricity, and you bought land that side because it was cheap. It was within your budget, you know? So 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, development starts happening. People start colonizing that side that you bought the piece of land. So do you know what happens when people start colonizing that side? Roads will be made, you know? Shops will be set up, you know? Other constructions will be happening. And guess what? You bought the land, let's say hypothetically at $100. So now, 5 years down the road, buildings have been set up, the roads have been made. Another person comes and buys land from that side. Do you think you'll both be purchasing that particular land in that area at the same price? Obviously not. So if you bought your land at $100, this other person may buy it at $5,000 because now it's developed, there's water, there's electricity. So this is what CashTelex is trying to tell you here. That right now you may buy CashTelex for less than what you even anticipate. But who knows what the future holds? Who knows what the future holds, ladies and gentlemen? This is just a conservative projection, meaning that like they didn't want to exaggerate it. They gave you just a minimal cost breakdown. They're trying to tell you that just imagine you buy your CashTelex, only 100 CashTelex, and in year one it's at $10. You know, this would be something that would change your life. Not only your life, your people. I like to use this that if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your people. Because there are some people who approach achievements in life, but they're like, I did it for my parents. Well, if you're not doing it for yourself, do it for your parents, you know? 2 years down the road, you're buying them new things, you're taking them to trips which they never knew they would have. So back to my CashTelex, buy CashTelex, ladies and gentlemen. Acquire CashTelex shares because it is buy while stock lasts. Once the CashTelex is done, it will be done. Only those who have it in their accounts will be able to use it to the to enjoy life. So, okay. What is needed to be the next investor? We will need a form of identification that identifies that you are who you say you are. It can be your national ID, it can be your driving permit, or your passport. Might I remind you that right now in this stage of CashTelex, shares are only and only accessible and open to African investors. Just imagine the people behind this wanted you to, and they had a dream for you. They are telling you that, do you know what, Hamna? Do you know what, Mariam? Right now the shares are only accessible to you. So more reason as to why you should buy, because it is just something that's so beautiful. So we are looking at a functional email address that we shall be using that we shall be using to open up your CashTelex account. Then also an initial deposit of $60. It can be more. It can be 100,000 USD. So the more you invest, the more return on investment. The more you invest, the more return on investment. The more you invest, the more you return on investment. I have repeated that 3 times because let me give even an example. There is an establishment that is being put into place. It can be let me take a school because everyone knows what a school is. A school is being established and they are calling on 2 board members to fund the school operations, like they're trying to fund it into existence. I'm talking about the desks, I'm talking about the beds, I'm talking about the teachers, scouting for teachers, putting the payrolls into existence. So if my dear host Mariam invests into the school a percentage of 75, and I invest 35%, will the returns be the same? Obviously, you know the answer to that. More reason as to why you should purchase more CashTelex shares. Ladies and gentlemen, on screen are our contacts. We have the Uganda line, we have the Nigerian line, we have the WhatsApp Ugandan line, and the WhatsApp Nigerian line. We have a social media platform, which is Telegram. This is our link. I kindly request all those who are on platform and are not into our Telegram group, please join because that's where updates are usually shared. I thank you so much for being a very lovely audience. Thank you for being a very lovely audience. I pass the mic back to my host, Mariam. I pass the mic back to you.
Thank you so much for that very powerful and insightful presentation. Okay, I would like to thank our presenter, Hamna Mwenda, for that very powerful and insightful presentation. I believe we have all gained and benefited a lot from this presentation. Thank you everyone for attending and have a blessed night.